Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Amalia Nurfitri Solehah from 9C class. In this video, I will tell the legend of Tangkuban Perahu mountain. Once upon a time in West Java, Indonesia, lived a wise king who had a beautiful daughter. Her name was Dayang Sumbi. She liked weaving very much. Once, she was weaving a cloth when one of her tools fell to the ground. She was very tired at the time, so she was too lazy to take it. Then she just shouted out loud, "Anybody there? Bring me my tool, please. I'll give you a special present. If you are female, I'll consider you as my sister. If you are male, I'll marry you." Suddenly, a male dog named was Tumang came. He brought her the falling tool. Dayang Sumbi was very surprised. She regretted her words, but she couldn't deny it, so she had to marry Tumang and leave her father. Then they lived in a small village. Several months later, they had a son. His name was Sangkuriang. Sangkuriang liked hunting very much. He often went hunting to the forest using his arrow. When he went hunting, Tumang always with him. In the past, there were many deer in Java, so Sangkuriang often hunted for deer. One day, Dayang Sumbi wanted to have deer's heart, so she asked Sangkuriang to hunt for a deer. Then Sangkuriang went to the forest with his arrow and his faithful dog Tumang. But after several days in the woods, Sangkuriang couldn't find any deer. They were all disappeared. Sangkuriang was exhausted and desperate. He didn't want to disappoint his mother, so he killed Tumang. He didn't know that Tumang was his father. At home, he gave Tumang's heart to Dayang Sumbi, but Dayang Sumbi knew that it was Tumang's heart. She was so angry that she couldn't control her emotion. She hit Sangkuriang at his head. Sangkuriang was wounded. There was a scar in his head. She also repelled her son. Sangkuriang left his mother in sadness. Many years passed, and Sangkuriang became a strong young man. He wandered everywhere. One day he arrived at his own village, but he didn't realize it. There he met Dayang Sumbi. At the time, Dayang Sumbi was given an eternal beauty by God, so she stayed young forever. Both of them didn't know each other, so they fell in love and they decided to marry. But then Dayang Sumbi recognized a scar on his Sangkuriang's head. She knew that Sangkuriang was her son. It was impossible for them to marry. She told Sangkuriang, but Sangkuriang didn't believe her. He wished that they marry soon. So Dayang Sumbi gave a very difficult condition. She wanted Sangkuriang to build a lake and a boat in one night, and then Sangkuriang agreed. With the help of genie and spirits, Sangkuriang tried to build them. By midnight, he had finished the lake by building a dam in Citarum River. Then he started building the boat. It was almost done when he nearly finished it. Meanwhile, Dayang Sumbi kept watching on them. She was very worried when she knew this. So she made lights in the east. Then the spirit thought that it was already dawn. It was time for them to leave. They left Sangkuriang alone. Without their help, Sangkuriang couldn't finish the boat. Sangkuriang was very angry and he kicked the boat. Then the boat turned out to be Mount Tangkuban Perahu. It means boat upside down. From a distance, it looks like a boat upside down. Thank you.